Every day in the USA, people find themselves in court.
Ronald Rainey was arrested on a charge of malicious destruction of personal property under $200. Again, it alleged that he slashed some tires.
I was standing on the sidewalk.
I attempted to see him on Friday, October 6th, and he was either so disoriented or so intoxicated, I couldn't establish any coherent communication with him. But Mr. Stickley was here. He couldn't even tell me his address or how he got arrested or anything. So I continued the matter until Monday, October 9th.
I understand why they're doing this for me, but I ain't done nothing wrong to nobody.
A bench warrant arraignment.
And Sturgis?
So when I went to get him, brought up from the jail, they advised me that he had posted bond. So he posted bond through quick bail bonds, and they gave him an appearance date of 9 a.m. on October 9th. He didn't show up. He called the court. They told him to be here this morning at 8:30, and he's failed to appear. So I'm going to do a bench warrant for his arrest. I'd hoped that a weekend at jail would get him clear-headed enough that I could talk to him. I'm going to do a bench warrant, no 40-hour hold, bond $2,500 cash or surety, and do an immediate bond forfeiture from quick bail bonds. Maybe they'll go get him. Tim,
Judge,
yes,
Eric Rainey bonded.
that's the second. He was so high or drunk when Keith and I tried to arraign him, we couldn't arraign him. So I scheduled the thing for Monday, bonded out. Then he didn't show up. Then he called the court, said he was going to come in the next morning. He didn't show up. So did they give him an appearance date?
I will go check the paperwork and give you a call.
All right, thank you. Okay.
You're welcome.
That's the case of People versus Eric Richard. It's a malicious destruction of property from February. Multiple times. He got arrested on October 5th, and I tried to talk to him October 6th, and he couldn't even tell me what his address was or how he got arrested. That was in the morning. Judge Stutzman saw him in the afternoon about 4 o'clock, and he said he seemed a little better at that point. So Judge Stutzman gave him 2 days, credit 2 days. He was scheduled for arraignment. I couldn't be so disoriented for Monday, October 10th, October 9th. Anyway, he bonded out again, and he was given an appearance date of October 9th. He didn't show up. He called the court and said he understood he missed his date. He was to appear the following day, which he did not do. I don't know why this bonding company keeps posting his bond, but he's apparently bonded out again. So we won't address his case today. Sure spend a lot of money on bonds. All right, that's all we've got.
Okay, Eric Rainey is there.
Is
They
where?
were misinformed.
Oh, okay,
They're bringing it.
good. That was the previous time that he bonded. So everything we just said, I take it all back. Antea says she's an adult and she could have ice cream for wants to, which I guess I can't argue with that.
But at the same time, I also know it's not a good idea to
No.
have ice cream for breakfast.
You can if you want to, but you
Yes.
know not to.
Exactly.
Okay. Fate for breakfast, doubt for dessert. You know, I believe that's a title of an Art and Garfunkel album from the 70s. Fate for breakfast, doubt for dessert. You could have fate for breakfast. All right, man, this is good. Like they have to wake him up again, so. The charge is not all that consequential. He got arrested on June 15th, posted bond on failed to appear on June 29th. And then he failed to appear again on August 3rd. A bench warrant issue. And that's when he got arrested on August 6th. So he's failed to appear 3 times on his June 29th pretrial, his order to show cause, and now this. Mr. Rainey, this is Judge Middleton. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm going to attempt to arraign you on this charge of malicious destruction of personal property. The file number is 23535SM. Also here with me is Matea Paycheck from the office. Let me see if they got this in here. Well, it'd be nice if they did, but it isn't in here, so give me a minute. Mr. Rainey, the allegation is that on or about February 28th of 1953, you did maliciously or willfully destroy a tire that belonged to Heather Wilson. The allegation is that you slashed one of her tires and it was worth less than $200. It's been charged as a misdemeanor, malicious destruction of property less than $200. Punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. As a somewhat tortured history because you keep failing to appear when you're supposed to. You got arrested in June and bonded out, and it was set for a pretrial on July 5th, and we thought maybe you were in jail in LaGrange. So we reset for another date. You didn't show up for that. Then I saw you on October 6th. You were so disoriented that I didn't know what the deal was. So I reset the matter for Monday, October 9th. And in the meantime, over the weekend, then you didn't show up. The bonding company gave you a time and date to appear and you didn't show up for that date. Then you called the court.
I called the court.
I told you to come in the next day and you didn't show up then. So I issued another bench warrant. So you failed to appear either 3 or 4 times. You get arrested this weekend.
Mhm.
How did you get arrested this weekend?
I was just riding back home from the gas station with a friend and I got pulled over.
What night? Saturday?
What night? Friday night. I believe it was Friday.
Well, why didn't you show up?
It's just hard for me to get a ride because my brother's like my only ride, and he works during the day, every Monday through Friday. And Tuesday is the only day off, and that's when I called, and she said that she would that I didn't have a court scheduled for that time, and she would talk to the judge or something. But they never told me what another day I could come to court.
All right. Well, you seem better today than when I talked to you last time. You were having a rough time But then somebody put up the money to bond you out. So I set the bond higher this time. I wanted to hold on you long enough to at least to talk. So what do you wish to do on the original charge of malicious destruction of property for allegedly?
I mean, if we can just, whatever, I mean, get rid of it today, settle it today. Give me time served or whatever, cause I got a few days, like 2 weeks in.
Well, you've got about 6 days served. I would give you time served and I'd give you pay the restitution. The public defender is here with us. You can enter a plea of guilty to this charge if you wish to. I believe you've got 1 day at the front end, 2 days the last time, and 3 days now, which is 6 days jail, which is probably more than I would give you for poking a hole in somebody's tire. So yes, I would give you time served and I would allow you to have time to pay the restitution. Other than that, did anyone promise you anything to get you to plead to this?
No, sir. No, sir.
Do you understand that if you do plead to this charge, you'll be giving up your right to have a trial in front of a judge or jury? There will be no trial.
Yeah.
Do you understand? If you had a trial, you'd have the right to be represented by an attorney. If you could not afford an attorney, I could appoint one for you at county expense. You could an attorney of your own choosing if you wished. If you had a trial, you'd have a right to have any of the witnesses for or against you subpoenaed to come to court so they could be questioned under oath. You would have the right to take the witness stand yourself and testify on your own behalf, but you don't have to because you have a right not to testify. And if you did not wish to testify, judge or jury could not hold your silence against you. And you have the right to be presumed innocent if and until the state was able to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yeah.
All right, now let's go back to this. All right, were you mad at either Heather or Aaron Aldridge back in February?
I mean, I would assume so.
Well, did you slash a tire that belonged to Heather on her Ford Explorer?
I'm not sure whose tire it was.
But what were you mad about?
I'm not sure at this time. I don't really remember.
All right, we acknowledge that you cut the tire.
Yeah, it was somebody's tire. I'm not sure whose tire it was, but.
All right. 6 credit, 6 days. Fine is 0. There's a $75 crime victims' rights fee, state minimum fee, and a $150 restitution to Heather Wilsey. See if I have any bond money in any of these files. What was wrong with you on the 6th? I had a really hard time talking to you. Were you on a crash?
What'd you say?
Hardly make head nor tail out of it. We were talking and you couldn't tell me where you lived or when you got arrested, or I couldn't tell what was wrong.
I'm not sure. They were pretty rude, pretty rough with me here at the jail that last time I was here. So I was a little upset about all that.
All right. I'm gonna lay out. You posted 2 $300 PR bonds and a $500 cash or surety bond. You got arrested on June 15th. Where's your address? Sunnyfield?
Oh, yeah, that's my dad's address, yeah. That's where I usually mail stuff at.
Okay, you got extradited to Indiana twice. Is all your Indiana stuff done?
Yeah. Yeah, my case got dismissed.
All right. Then I got a Maple Street address is what you gave him on October 11th. So you prefer the
Yes.
Sunnyfield address?
Yeah, cause my mom don't ever give me my mail or nothing.
All right, I'm gonna give you till the end of the year, December 31, 23, to pay the restitution and the court costs, which is $275.
Alright,
But this MDOP/tire caper is over with.
alright,
You end up spending I'm not sure I calculated the days right. There may be more than 6 days, but I gave you
yeah,
6 days credit, 6 days. All of which, because you didn't show up when you were supposed to. You went to the effort to bond out and then missed
Yeah.
2 separate dates.
yeah, this is hard for me to get a ride sometimes, my brother's always at work.
All right, well, now we got this matter done. You owe me some money, so you're gonna need to get to work. You got about
Yes, sir.
40 entries in here, but as far as I can tell, you don't owe me anything. You owe Judge Stutzman money.
Yeah.
Which is why you keep getting lodged up there. All right, Mr. Rainey, you're much better today than you were on the 6th. And I'm sure that you understood everything we just did. You're more clear-headed. This matter's over with, except you owe me $275 by the end of the year. Got
Okay,
it?
you got it. Yep,
All right,
thank
very
you.
good. All right, well, I'm happy to bring closure to that thing.